u/JuniorGolic6053 AskReddit. Non-American people, what's a thing that you don't understand about America?
Welcome to
AutoGenLabs.
Daily Reddit content.
By robots.
For the internet.
Why tax is not included in the price tag?
Why is that one Kansas, but the other one is not Arkansas? America explain. What do you mean it's a Arkansas W?
Why do public restrooms include a small opening between the doors that allows passers-by to see you when you're taking a beep?
Does every worker have to file their own taxes, or am I just confused?
Why such good people as American citizens are governed by such assholes as American politicians?
I spent a semester in the Midwest in high school, which honestly changed my life. Back at home, I was weird and too much, and I always felt the need to be defensive because the culture in my home country was very critical of anything that was creative or questioned the status quo. But as soon as I got to my new high school in the US, I started making friends left and right. I felt relaxed, I could be myself, and my out-of-the-box qualities were the ones my teammates loved and appreciated about me. I joined the sport. It was the first time I ever felt content with myself and happy with my license. Back at home I was bullied and emotionally, sometimes physically abused by my own family and classmates. I was like, oh, happiness is possible for me. I had to go back home for another year and a half, and armed with the new self-confidence, I didn't suffer as much anymore, but I returned to the US to finish high school and have been here ever since. Oh, people are very kind and non-judgmental. You can go to the grocery store in pajamas, and nobody bats an eye. You can wear any outfit you feel like wearing, and you can have whichever interest. People are supportive. Americans will only hate you if you're rude and inconsiderate to others, or don't hold doors open for the people behind you. There's not as much, if any, visual beep harassment, and I don't constantly fear for my safety as much as I used to in my home country. I don't know how other cultures are, but I sure do love American people. Edit or wow. I'm overwhelmed by all the kindness and awards. Thank you for taking the time to read about my experience and share yours. I wish I could reply to every single one of you, but no, I read everything. I'm going to clear up some questions that came up a lot. 1. I came here from Mexico. I'm not white. Both of my parents are Mexican. And when you look at me, you can tell I'm Mexican, and I have an accent too. I'm so sorry some people have experienced racism in the Midwest. It sucks and it's unfair. That being said, I haven't experienced that, at least where I live. 2. The comments are correct. I live in the Kansas City metropolitan area. I'm glad I was able to describe it so accurately, lol. 3. Everyone saying that experiencing other countries makes you appreciate the US more is 100% correct. I still keep in contact with some of my real friends from Mexico, and when we talk about work, I feel guilty about how much money I make here without even having a college degree. To put it into perspective, my friend makes 32 Mexican pesos an hour, which is $1.70 for a customer service call center job. She's smarter and more educated than me, yet I make 20 times more because I can legally work in the US. It's not fair. In Mexico, it's really hard to get out of poverty if you don't go to university or you're not born rich. I was lucky to have some family who lived in the KC metro area and opened their home to me. No, the US isn't perfect, and it has issues that I won't deny, but we do have a level of undeniable privilege, and it would benefit everyone to be grateful for it. There are parts of the world way worse than Mexico. Millions of people worldwide are victims of slavery and beep trafficking, concentration camps, etc. It's a beep-up world, but it's people who live in the US. We have the privilege to choose to be grateful for what we have. Jobs, money, food, literally anything you can think of, available all the time, shelter, creative outlets and education, freedom, a lot of public resources, nice people if you're in the Midwest and hopefully other cities too, and many more things that I could go on listing. It's simply awesome, and no existence ever is going to be without suffering. Just because some suffering happens here as well doesn't disqualify all the great things I just mentioned. Taking ourselves out of our heads and seeing a global picture really allows us to see just how lucky we are and helps us live a life full of appreciation because it could always be worse for you. Also, thank you so much to the people who offered to welcome me in their hometowns. I love to travel, so I'll keep you all in mind if I'm ever close to you. You warm my heart with your kind words and hospitality. Much love to everyone on this thread.
My mom is from Moscow during the Soviet era, and she is confused why there is no teacher-student hierarchy. She thinks it's weird when teachers participate in school plays or speak to students informally. She also does not get pajama day. To her, it's just the weirdest thing in the world. In Russia, there is an important distinction between clothes for home and clothes for outside. They have a concept of home clothes, like your cozy or beep clothes, that you are supposed to change into after school or work. At bedtime, you change out of your home clothes into pajamas. As a result, pajamas, for both adults and children, are considered extra private in Russia. My mom perceives pajama day as something extreme, like wearing only undergarments to school. That's how private pajamas are considered to be in Russia. The tipping culture is so foreign to me. I would be so scared to make a mistake or not tipping enough if I ever go to America, because it's not something which is common here in Denmark.
How you have to share a room with some complete rando when you go to college.
Why they make you calculate your own taxes if they know what you owe out.
I'm English, was born with cerebral palsy. I can walk but with a very noticeable limp. I came to America to visit friends who moved here. Everyone was so friendly, hardly anyone commented on my disability. If they did, it was just polite questions, not making fun of me. I loved it here, so much so I've been here for 23 years. For all of America's faults in recent years, the people here are just way more accepting of people in general. Edit, I'm truly touched by everyone's kind words and questions. Truly Reddit can be a great place when we all get along.
Removed.
The amount of national parks. My dream came true in 2017 to make an RV trip to west of USA. Yosemite blew my mind away, edit typo.
The culture of just talking to people, strangers you don't know, and just up and start a conversation with them or join a conversation. In British, and we go through great lengths to not talk to people, let alone opening up and pouring our hearts out to a random person.
I do not understand why Americans are portrayed to be very racist and discriminating in most news or media around the world. I got to work for a couple of months in DC, and prior to arriving, I was expecting to be racially discriminated against. I'm Asian because of the things I see in the news. I was blown away by just how friendly and accepting the people are in general. Folks would just be striking random conversations with me while I'm crossing the street and wishing me a good day. Even if I spoke with an accent, people didn't mind and just talked to me as if they were speaking to another American. In all honesty, I felt more accepted by Americans compared to fellow Asians when I visited Japan, Hong Kong, Korea, or Thailand. And off topic, but the original Chick-fil-A sauce is seriously delicious. I took a couple of bottles home because they were so good.
Removed.
What is up with homeowner associations? Why would you pay to let a nosy neighbour persuade dictate what you can and cannot do on your own property? I understand living in an apartment block and paying maintenance fees, etc., but in a suburban home.
Removed.
How you can say the word mirror without the use of any vowels. MRR.
Why did Ross, the largest friend, not simply just eat the other 5?
Removed.
Men/DD/jeg.
Housing codes and why all your front gardens are just grass and identical.
Removed.
10 vacation days a year. There's life outside of work.
Why everything is just so beep supersized. My first time in America, I went to get iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. I ordered a large and my friend is like, "Are you sure you want large?" Yeah, no biggie. In the UK, a large is not overwhelming, I feel, so I was expecting the same kind of thing. On my beep, it was like a beep bucket of coffee. I think maybe a small would have been equivalent to a UK large. Lesson swiftly learnt. Edit, well, lots of replies. I had no idea you guys didn't get vacation days and it sucks so hard for you. The large portions weren't an inherently bad thing. I really felt in the 2 weeks I've been to America that I totally got my money's worth when eating out. You guys even give free popcorn or breadsticks at the table. It was just a bit of a culture shock, I guess. In the UK, for example, certain coffee shop chains don't even offer a large iced latte because of sugar content, so the size is capped medium.
Removed.
Working 50+ IR weeks.
Scottish person here, but the work / always available for work culture. Minimal vacation time, minimal maternity/paternity leave, and the fact you can pretty much just be let go. It makes me sad to think about it. But I do love that you guys cram so much into your time off. You guys love a road trip.
Why most of the shower heads are glued to the wall. How on earth do you wash your beep?
Why so many parents just kick their kids out at 18, and if they get in financial trouble in early, tend to say you're on your own.
The amount of sugar in everything. It's so very, very much.
The natural confidence.
the ability to take your own space in a positive and refreshing way. I come from Sweden, where I feel that kind of mentality is more in common with a more tentative and ironic manner.
You're moved.
Why do Americans put their TV so high up the wall? I understand that sometimes it's because there's a fireplace below where it should be, but how do they even watch the TV without straining their necks?
I'm American, but I've worked with a lot of people who aren't. The one thing they always wonder is why Americans are so obsessed with the NFL. They think it's a boring sport. They explain you wait for 30 seconds, they hike the ball, you get about 5 minutes 10 seconds of action, then you wait another 30 seconds, another 5 minutes 10 seconds of action, then commercial break.
I immigrated to America in 2012 and I don't understand why so many Americans are so ungrateful to live here. No one lives this good. I'm so grateful to live here every day.
Thanks for watching. This has been an AutoGenLabs production. That means that this video was created by a robot out of content on Reddit. We show all account names and list them in the description to credit the Redditor community that makes our work possible. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. We post new videos every day. If you have any suggestions for videos you would like to see, please leave a comment. Our human department for public relations reads all of them, or won't be let out of their cages again. Goodbye.